Hello everyone, this is Leimomi, Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here. And so today I wanted to talk about, for my Soul Aligned Manifestation Abundance live stream show, about the new levels of golden source of light of creation that's coming through. And also, are you really moving into the 5D, the fifth dimensional aspects of yourself? And really how to start to manifest in soul alignment from a whole new way of being Alohi, which is what I say, shining your inner light into the world, in this world of chaos. So I know that a lot has been happening energetically for a lot of people, and also physically, a lot of bigger things have been changing all around you, inside of you. And including our weather, and even with now the tsunami has just happened after the earthquake in Japan, and then the elections that went on in the US. So there's just a lot of these kind of chaotic energies that are happening. And so what's really happening on an energetic level is all the veils that has kept us stuck for such a long time, we are starting to see all levels of existence all happening all at once. So from a third dimensional aspect, from the 3D, we're seeing all of this crazy chaotic stuff happening physically, because Mother Earth is also upgrading herself, coming more into her light body and going into her 5D nature. And we are actually twisting more into a 5-dimensional aspect, which is really a parallel reality of the 3rd-dimensional aspect, all happening right now. So those that are living in the 3D, they're finally actually are seeing a movie upon another movie of different parts of the lens that they never really had access to. So this is why, there's a lot of fear coming up. People are really afraid that of this new way of living, because on the 4th dimensional level too, all the emotions, the thoughts, the things that have kept us stuck, we are being faced. We have to face these illusions, and we have to change it, right? Which means, of course, on a 5th dimensional level, you're seeing from the eyes of Source now, and you're seeing from a different aspect that you couldn't see before. So everyone is just really going through this kind of, we say up-leveling, right, or ascension, but simply all we're doing is we're getting back into our body. We're starting to see different aspects of our creation, whether we want to create that or not, and really reevaluating what's true to us. So how do we know how we want to create, right? How do we know how can we get connected to Source instead of seeing all of this chaos all happening all around you and inside of you, right? The only way to me is like connecting with the golden source of light. Everyone has it within them. They have this bowl of light, this unique, everybody is born with this bowl of light. In Hawaiian shamanism, we say this bowl of light. And when we come into the world, everything that is not us, from the way that we have been taught, right? Like, oh, I'm not good enough, to like being bullied from other people, or having abuse happen to you physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever kind of abuse there is. All of that has made these stones that have been put into your bowl of light. So you're constantly trying to figure out how can I like express my light, but then every time whenever you do some wrong deed also, right, you're putting rocks into your bowl of light. So in Hawaiian shamanism, we say like just huli the bowl, flip the bowl right over, empty the rocks so that it is not affecting your light, because the more rocks you put into your bowl of light, the more you are not capable of actually seeing your light and being the light also for others. So this type of 5D reality is what it's about. It's like that. It's holding your bowl of light in confidence and not allowing like rocks to be thrown into your bowl of light. So we're really being tested this right now. Everything around us is showing what we do not want. So how do you break through this new level? You obviously have to, keep emptying your bowl of light, flip over the bowl until it's just nothing's left and you're just really embodying what you really want to share in the world, right? So what is happening on an energetic level, you're seeing what you don't want to see about what's in your bowl. And the more you hold that bowl of light, the more you are and shine it exactly, right, and empty the bowl, you're going to see aspects of yourself that were essentially what you were, but now it has just been a bit tainted by all the rocks that has made your heart very heavy. And so every choice you make, you have to decide to flip your bowl, to not allow your bowl of light to be dimmed. So this is something that we choose. We choose to either suffer about it, right? To let our heart become very heavy, or we can really use that source of light that's really that bowl of light within you so that everybody can follow you in that new direction. And I feel like in your creation, everybody kind of knows this in their mental body, but on an energetic level, you have kind of disconnected to it. So I want you to really contemplate, is my bowl of light very heavy? Is it covered with a lot of stones? And what are the things that I need to hold in my bowl? What do I need to flip it over so that I don't have those stones in my bowl? Right? So the more you're doing this, the more you're going to see the parts of and remembering of your golden source of light. So I wanted to share just that kind of story because that's basically how we live. We really do have a beautiful bowl of light, but we never really get to share it or show it into the world because we are just looking at how dim it is, or how heavy my heart is, or how heavy I haven't been able to express myself this way, right? So think about that. What is it that you need to let go right now? What is not in integrity for you? What is making you feel very heavy in your heart? What is it that makes you really happy, that lets your bowl of light be strong to, right, like be that golden source of light for other people so that they can see a different aspect that they've never really seen before, right? So the more we share in this way, and I always say self-express, you're going to see this. You're going to see your bowl of light more. You're going to feel the essence of what your light is about. And essentially later on, when you're really in your self-expression, the bowl of light will be, you will be the bowl of light, right? Like you're just embodying it, you're being it. So I want to share that story because that's basically the message that I want to share, which is, see people from the aspect of love, because usually the first thing we do is we judge and we think, oh, maybe there's something wrong with that person, maybe there's something that I shouldn't be engaging with them, because we're all coming back from our past hurts. But if you can see people from a love perspective, you will start to engage in a different way, and being that light, rather than, wow, I don't know what can I get out of this engagement, this connection with this person, but really from that inner light within you saying, well, I want to love first, I want to connect out of love, and let's see what happens. And every time when you come from this space and you're surrendering more and more into that love, the integration of remembrance starts to happen for you, growing in your ability to hold even more light for people. So our goal is to really be able to hold our bowl of light with confidence and in our soul-aligned leadership, so that everybody else can also bring out their light, right? So that's one of the basic principles that we also say in Hawaiian shamanism, is that remember that light and come from that space of loving first, and and also coming from a place of reverence, right? From humility, always being humble for what is in front of you, what they help teach you, what they help you process. And that reverence is so important, especially now that we have kind of almost being thrown in this chaos all around us. And so what we need to do is to remind people of their bowl of light, to remind them of the beauty within themselves. Because again, everybody that's at a 5-dimensional level, they're seeing people from love. But those that are in the 4th-dimensional level, they're seeing things from just emotions and anger and disempowerment and protesting, right? Which is good in a sense, but in the end, if we have forgotten that bowl of light, right, we come from a place of attacking someone, right, rather than out of love. And so what's interesting is that people that are in the 5-dimensional aspect now, like they're just seeing things as they is in a very neutral way. And this is where you want to be. You want to be more in your 5th-dimensional nature, not stuck in the 3rd or the 4th, which is just what physically is happening, because the veil is lifted, and so everybody can see what is happening in the background, right? All the corruption or all the bad stuff that's been happening for a long time. Now it's just coming to the surface because we can see from a different lens, and we're seeing a movie of many different aspects happening behind the scenes, right? So what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to see things from behind the scenes, or are you going to choose something out of love, out of that love and connection of healing? And to me, that's really connecting with the golden source of light. This golden source of light, there's so many different levels of it. I'm just introducing this to my audience, but I feel like if you can really come from this place of that discernment, that neutrality, and operating from that space of beingness, then holding your light is going to be more powerful than, going after the people who are disempowering us. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest steps, is coming back into this space of, there's no good or bad, there just is. And coming from a place of, what is good for me right now? What should I engage with now that's in alignment for my highest good? Because in the end, we are the one creating our reality in this new dimensional levels. And then always remembering that you are that source of light. You are that source of light of creation. And every part of your being is being expressed now and is trying to integrate all of these collective parts of yourself that you may have disowned. And now you're like, wow, okay, this is who I am. I'm remembering, I'm integrating, I'm becoming more multidimensional, I'm more being who I truly am. So these ways of being is actually how you manifest. I know I talked a lot about soul-aligned manifestation, which is a method that I've created to help you to align to your main gifts of what your basically your unique ray of light, what frequency that you actually hold the most of, which brings in the most abundance for you, and also what soul group that you are from, that when you align to that part of your soul and seeing the personality and those aspects of who you are from soul level, and bringing in your oversoul into that integration parts, you will start to come from a place of creation, of source creation. So now that we have more access to that part, it's all energetically there. And but we are not being able to access it because we are not coming from a place of reverence or humility, or we're still integrating those parts, or we're not able to come from a place of being neutral. So this is why it's so important to be in that, hold your bowl of light and remember who you are in this way. So this is something that I have been working in Maui, now that I've I've been initiated in so many different things in just a very short period of time is that I'm creating the Maui Light Collective, which is the Na'o, what was it? The Nakukui o Maui. I want to more gather people to really come from this place of holding that bowl of light. So the gateway has just opened in just in between Maui and the Lanai, and I helped to activate this grid. So I feel like since the gateway has opened, we all have those access to that higher frequencies. It's now time for us to bring together as a collective what our true golden source of light is. And each of us have a particular role that we're meant to help our audience with. And like I have my role, which has a lot to do right now with the grid work that I'm doing on Maui, and making Maui as another kind of city of light or a light collective. I hope that by being that example, it's going to activate more and more of this kind of light collective in anywhere where you are now. So I want you to really think about that. What is the light that I bring into the world? What is it that is my role? Whether it's online or offline, how can I bring more of my bowl of light into the aspects of what I share with my audience? And what is the bigger picture for not just you, but living that life of beingness, right? Bringing it all together into what you're truly meant to do here on earth, right? We're really just having an after party right now. Everybody has come to this very point of our existence in our timelines to enjoy and be this golden source of light. And so we just are reminding each other of these aspects, right? We are just loving, we're connecting, we're being source. But it really has a lot to do with you coming back into your humility, coming into reverence, coming into neutrality, coming into knowing what is discernment for me and being in my truth. And the more you do that, I think the more you understand what is my new level of what I'm bringing that light into the world. Because again, we are all this rainbow of energetic matrix, and so we just need to know what part it is that I hold. I know now that part of my mission is definitely to bring in the sound frequencies and also the rainbow frequencies of the rays of light. So you want to connect with your guides, connect with your higher oversoul to really find out what are the new levels that needs to come through you into this body, because you're going to be holding more of this new frequencies of light codes that has never been in existence here on earth now, right? So all of that is all available to you. All of that beautiful golden source of light of creation it wants to come through you. So that means that you need to prepare your body, your mind, and your spirit to be integrated this way. And live a simple life. Enjoy, have fun, create magic wherever you're at. And I got that message very clearly when I activated the Lahaina grid, which was really incredible to watch. All my Native Hawaiian ancestors, the royalty, they all came together to open this new gateway. And then I helped to connect all the grids that I have been working on for the past, I think, month since I moved to Maui. Connecting from Hanabe to Lahaina, which is the rainbow bridge that needed to come over from the east to the west, and also the grid that came from the Iao Valley to Kihei, which is connecting from the north to the south, and then all of those three major activated grids that I did, all coming to the central place, which was to open the gateway for in Lahaina. And it was just a beautiful thing to witness, and then connecting it up into the Pleiades and Sirius. We all, again, have a different, bigger role. And when you connect with your ancestors and connect with your guides, they're going to really show you what's part of your role for humanity. So because now that's activated, now I can help bring in more of that light and create the bowl of light for Maui. And that bowl of light should be holding the central energy for the earth, and also for all the other places that other people are also doing, right, for their collective work. So what is your signature that you want to put into the world? What is your light that you're going to bring in? Because again, that's how you manifest. You're coming from this alignment of the way that your soul is designed. And we have been only collectively thinking about, well, how can I make more money, or how can I get another car or a house, or things that are much more personal, which of course we all need. But you also need to think about, in the collective sense, how is that going to affect everyone else? And when we come from this place of that 5-dimensional aspect of our soul, right, coming from that creation, coming from source in this way, your whole life will become very abundant if you live in that alignment. And to me, that's soul alignment. That's being true to who you are and holding your bowl of light for even bigger aspects of what you're meant to do and your mission in the world. So I hope that really got you thinking about, that new aspects of what kind of golden source of light of creation that you're going to be creating in the world. And, really shining your light and being Alohi. And BEing Alohi, that's actually my business name, which is about shining and sparkling your light in the world, and taking that aspect of what you are and coming into that remembrance and integration, and sharing that love and surrendering more into divine will, and letting you move forward into a new level of your work. Everybody has a whole new level of work right now. Now that this golden source of light of creation energy is coming through into the 5D, and you have more access to it, there's so much more bigger than you can see right now. So I want you to really think about, how can I surrender more into this divine will, let myself be this full expression of my being, but integrated as a multidimensional being, because that's what we truly are. All right, well, I hope that all helped you. And I hope that also got you to be more in alignment with this new aspect of yourself. So yes, so remember, have that discernment, have that clarity, come back into what's really neutral for your being, and what is it that you're going to do to show up better in the world. And that's really what's it about, stepping into your soul aligned leadership, and it being the essence of what you're truly meant to do. All right, well, I hope that helped you, and I'll be talking to you guys all very soon. Have a beautiful day. Aloha.